Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my thoughts on a new Dior palette. Dior has recently added a couple new things to their Backstage collection. This is the one that I'm going to be talking about today. This is the new Glow Face palette, and as you can see, this is in a new shade range. This is called Glitz. So if you are not familiar with the highlight palettes before, we do have one from the original release, which is this one here. This is the one in Universal. It has two highlights, a blush, and a bronzer color. So this is one that also has a bronze shade. It also has a peach blush, and it has two highlights to talk about. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys swatches. I'm going to compare it to the original palette here. I'm also going to let you know how I used it today and if I think it is worth the purchase or not. Getting right into it, this new Dior palette I actually got from the Dior New York boutique. So I did make an order over to the New York store, and I did hear that they had them in stock over there, so I went to see if they could send me one. And I did try to order it as a Canadian, but I ended up having to get one of my American friends to order it for me, and I just sent them the money, and then that's how it worked out. It was beautifully packaged in this gorgeous bag I'm about to show you. It looks like this. It is so cute. I'm going to zoom in for you as well because this is adorable. It was very, very well packaged. The contact at that store that I spoke to, her name was Mimi, and she was super sweet. So if you are in the New York area, you should check out that store because I think it was the Dior at the World Trade Center store. I'm not really familiar with the area, I do apologize, but that was the store on the receipt. So her name is Mimi, she's so sweet, and she was very, very helpful. I did get it sent to the border so I could pick it up in the States, and the reason I did that was because this is not available yet at any retailer. So this new Dior palette is 45 American dollars. It is going to be 55 Canadian dollars. It will be available at Sephora on June 1st online and in stores June 7th. As you can see, the packaging of this new Glitz palette is identical to the Universal palette or the first release. When you open up the product, you will see the gorgeous shades themselves, and we do have Dior kind of embossed into each powder. It's kind of like a stamp. The stamp does go away as you use it though, so just keep that in mind. Now, how I used it today was super easy. I started off with the first highlight in the upper left corner. They call this the Glitter Strobe Gold. This has a lot of glitter in it, you guys, but it is very tastefully done. So at first I was like, oh no, this looks really, really glittery. And I do think that it's something that can be overdone if you layer this way too much on the cheek. So for me, 1 to 2 layers, all of a sudden I had a bam highlight right in my face. I was happy to report that it didn't emphasize any texture or anything, but the glitter content of here can give you a little bit of an upper limit when it comes to how much to apply, because then you got a lot of glitter on your face if you're going way too overboard. This first shade as well is really cool because it does have a gold that leans green. It's really interesting. I do think as well that as you are applying this to the cheek that the greenness can also pop up. So not only will you have a little bit more glitter if you kind of layer it over and over, but you also have the hint of the green shift. So if that's not a look that you're going for, I would keep it nice and moderate. Next, I went in with the second highlight. This is the Pink Glitter Strobe Gold as well. This definitely has a bit of a pink undertone like the shade name says, and it also is a glitter product. So again, I purposely used them together to see how they would look together. I do like to use the Universal palette together where I have both of the highlights together on the top row. I use them all the time together. So I thought maybe I would just try with this one as well. And it does have a beautiful color payoff when you layer them. They're really beautiful together and they are compatible, but with both of them having glitter in them, again, light-handed, I think for this, if you're wanting a look similar to what I've achieved, where it's just like a bit of a subtle glitter sheen and it's not going to be too heavy. So here I'm going to show you the difference between the two highlight formulas. I did find it a little bit difficult to capture it with the light, so I tried to dim down lights a little bit to kind of show you the textures of the highlights. So as you can see, the two on the left are from the Universal palette. They are very gorgeous. They kind of have a bit of a frosty glassiness to the skin, but these new ones have the glitter component and they do have that very smooth kind of gel-like kind of finish to them. They're not like rough or anything. They're just that gorgeous smooth glitter highlight formula that is also new to this Glitz palette. Next, I wanted to try the blush in here. This is also a new formula according to the Dior presentation. This is a peach satin blush right here. It looks so pretty. The lights are gonna kind of make it look a little bit dimmer, so I'm gonna show you more of a zoomed in photo. As I applied this peach blush to the skin, I noticed right away it does have that gorgeous satin finish. It's got a glowy component to it. I found I could put quite a few layers on it if I wanted, or I could just keep it very subtle and just do like one layer. So this is one that's a shade that you can actually go to town with if you want, or keep it pretty minimal. But I do love this for spring. I think this is perfect. Here are the differences in the blushes. As you can see, not only is the shade significantly different, but you do have more of a satin finish with that peach one versus a little bit more of like a frosty, like glowy kind of finish with the pink one. Now this last shade is the bronze shade. It says this is just called bronze on the back. I do believe that this formula is going to be very close, if not identical, to the formula of the bronzer in this one. So just so you guys know, that I think is the consistent formula between the two palettes. Otherwise, the Glitz palette has new formulas that this first one doesn't have. So I'm gonna show you again the differences in the swatches with the bronze colors as well. We kind of have that gorgeous like metallic-y frost kind of going on with them. I'm obsessed with this little guy. I think it's an awesome addition to my collection. Now, when it comes to picking between the two of them, it's gonna depend on the type of finish that you like. So I think this is going to be, this is the Universal, the first one, and I think this one is more metallic, more frosty a little bit. These two highlights are stunning. You can keep them so subtle and make them just look like glass. They're beautiful. The blush is really nice, and like I said, I use the bronze color for more of like an eyeshadow. This is one that's really good for spring. I do think the highlights are a little bit different. This one is like a bit of a pink kind of gold, so it is kind of what we've seen before with more of an everyday highlight, but this one with the green undertone is a little bit different. I do like the blush here for spring, and the bronzer here is a lighter bronzer. This last shade here I would probably just use as an eyeshadow as well, because the pink undertone of it, to me, I just wouldn't choose as a bronzer for my face. So it's hard to pick between them, but it just depends on your preferences. I personally like both of them. I will be using both of them, especially this one more in the spring, summer months. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on this new Dior Glitz face palette. Please let me know down below, is this one that you are after? It is so pretty. As you guys are watching this video, I will be in Las Vegas celebrating my birthday. My birthday is May 30th actually, so next week, but we decided to do Vegas this week just for our schedules, and I'm super excited to be in Vegas. I will try my best to answer your comments as quick as I can, but just know that because I'm there, it might be a little bit of a delay. And until my next video, guys, take care. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.
You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way.